Scored! The captain, courageous in front, he ties it at 1.
Boy, the mental toughness with all of these chances in the series, including tonight for Jordan Staal, to beat Schneider first of all, and not just fire the puck, but instead make an unbelievable move with all of his reach from his forehand to his backhand to tie the hockey.
Oh, things to do here. Hi, everybody. It's the Canes Corner podcast. Welcome. How about that? We all saw that coming, didn't we? Maybe not all of us. I'm not even sure I did. Entering the third period. Like, natural. We're all humans, right? First, quick toast to the captain for getting us to Game 6. Excuse me. If you are wondering, Lower Falls IPA, Highland Brewing in Asheville. It's a North Carolina hockey podcast, people. So we're going to get into it. Let me just do some quick shout outs. We have the usuals. We have Alaska. We have Hawaii. We have Adelaide in Australia. Inverness, Scotland. Shouts to you. Kentucky. Somewhere in Kentucky. Shouts to Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma. To the Dash, Winston-Salem. Look, you're not that far from Raleigh. What else we have here? Perth, Sumter, and I wrote something down that I can't even figure out right now. So I apologize if I've just forgotten you, but I'll give you a shout out next time, I promise. All right. All that housekeeping is over. We're all excited. We're all excited for a 4-1 Hurricanes win. And it was hard-earned. And one of the things that is so good about this team is that, look, I know a lot of teams don't give up. But I think the Hurricanes, maybe more than most teams, have the courage of their convictions. And it starts with the head coach who believes in what he believes. And that just trickles down to everybody on the roster. So, and again, I harbor zero ill will to all of the people who thought it was crazy that they were starting Frederik Andersen tonight. And I'm just using this as an example. Pyotr Kochetkov, if he starts that game, the Hurricanes win that game. Because this was one, and I've said this a million times, Carolina does not win because of goaltending. Don't make it seem like I don't think it's important. It's very important. They can't have bad goaltending. But the Hurricanes, in the way they play, they are built to win with the 18 guys who skate in front of the goalie. That's been the case from year 1 to now year 6 of the Rod Brind'Amour era. That has not changed. Not for a single solitary second has that changed. And tonight was evidence of that. Freddie Andersen didn't have to be great. Just had to be good. And he was good. The Hurricanes in front of him were great. That's the formula. And we'll get into all of it. But Andersen had to make some good saves in the first period. Capo Caco, Barclay Goodrow with a deflection, a really good save. Chris Kreider, a redirect with about 6 minutes left in the period. There were good chances for the Rangers to score in the first period. The only goal was the Jacob Trouba shorthanded goal that Andersen allowed. Other than that, not a ton of danger. In fact, at 5-on-5, the Rangers had one grade A scoring chance over the last 2 periods combined. That's it, at 5-on-5. And by the way, the power play, New York's power play, 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for their last 8, and the Hurricanes penalty kill is, to borrow from Trip Tracy, building a series if you've paid attention. Penalty kill was great tonight. And how about, you talk about winning moments? And I've talked about this particular thing because that's really what sports is. There's this much difference between good teams. Almost nothing. Heck, if you think about it, you can find examples in every type of sport where there's just not that much of a difference between great teams and bad teams. Just isn't. And it really comes down to what you do in those moments. So even though I'm kind of already starting off all over the place, 3-1 Hurricanes, a little bit less than half the period to go. I think it was 9:55. And Andrei Svechnikov throws the puck into the stands. Now, I know people were like, Andrei has to start making bad penalties. He's always doing this. Come on, man. That was an accident. that wasn't careless. That was a physical mistake, not a mental mistake. He was just trying to flip the puck out of the zone. But, he's so strong. Just ask Jordan Martinook. He's got forearms like quads. Anyway, so the Hurricanes penalty kill, which had been really good tonight, 2 for 2 going in, had to deal with the Rangers power play in a little bit of a precarious spot, because if the Rangers score a power play goal there, now it's 3-2. You got however much time left in the game. Anything can happen. Did the Rangers register a shot on goal on that power play? Well, let's find out. On the third power play, the Rangers did. They registered 2 shots on goal. They were back-to-back. Andersen handled both, and that was it. So on the Rangers power play tonight, they had 5 shots on goal, 3 tries. Hurricanes had a shorthanded shot on goal. But key in the third power play kill was winning the opening faceoff. And it was not a good night in the faceoff circle for the Hurricanes. So just a tremendous, tremendous performance across the board, but winning the moments. There was a moment they lost, and we'll get to that. But let's just start by, again, honoring the captain. I've been doing this, been covering the Hurricanes for a pretty long time. I've been covering the Hurricanes closely, where this was my job to cover the Hurricanes for, it's coming up on 10 years. I don't know if it's 10. I think it might be 9 years. And there have been the rare player who I think has been more disrespected's not the right word. I will say undervalued. I don't know that I've ever seen a player be more undervalued by his own fans. The rush to get rid of Jordan Staal, the rush to be done with him because he doesn't score a lot of goals, is in some ways understandable, because he doesn't score a lot of goals. And he doesn't score a lot of goals while generating a bushel of scoring chances all the time. But game in and game out, Jordan Staal is a pain in the ass to play against. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to play against him. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. He's not the fastest. He used to be much faster than he is now. He's not the fastest skater in the world. He's not the slowest. But he just embodies everything that this organization is about. Everything this head coach is about. He is the same over and over and over and over and over again. Coming into tonight, the number escapes me, but I looked at it today. At 5-on-5, nobody had more scoring chances, grade A scoring chances, than Jordan Staal. At 5-on-5, nobody had more shots on goal among the forwards than Jordan Staal. But he had no goals. So if you wanted to say, well, Stahl's not getting it done, I mean, I'm not going to argue with that because he had not scored a goal. He had just one assist in the playoffs in 9 games. But in a 1-0 game with 20 minutes separating the Hurricanes from their summer, Jordan Staal came up with the goods. And you felt like it was coming because he had too many opportunities. He had 3 scoring chances in the first period. 2 of them were high danger right off the bat. Jarvis to Staal right in front. Then Staal had a deflection that just didn't get past Shesterkin. He took a shot later in the period that was a great shot. Looked like it was ticketed for maybe just inside the left post. He shot it from the right side of the rink. Shesterkin made a blocker save on it, or a pad save, one of the two. You just felt like if he got the opportunity, he was going to come through. At some point, it was going to happen. I said going into the game, actually, on the day job, predicted Canes win, Jordan Martinook anytime goal. I thought about doing Jordan Staal too. That would have been too much, right? And of course I didn't. Of course I didn't actually use my app. Anyway, that's just personal. So Jordan Staal did all of this tonight, by the way, in less than 15 minutes on the ice. We knew that at some point in his career, the ice time would have to come down because you have to. He's 35 years old, or 34 or whatever he is, 34, 35 years old, but his body's got to be 45. He has so many miles on his body, so much heavy lifting, so much carrying his team. He had 3 shots on goal tonight. He had 2 hits, 9 of 21 in the faceoff circle. He rallied for 9 of 21. But he and his line just seemed to live in the Rangers' end all night long. The numbers don't necessarily pan that out in terms of possession metrics. But I also think that their line was probably wasteful. I thought Teravainen and Jarvis were trying too hard to make extra passes. I'm going to give the Hurricanes this advice because you know that they listen, they come to this, they watch. They're probably watching this on YouTube right now on the plane, on the flight back. Kidding. Stop passing up good shots to make difficult passes and get to your identity, which is throw pucks on the net. And then go get them. Pucks to the net, get rebounds, get deflections, get traffic, you get goals. Well, no, I was going to say Shesterkin has allowed 4. He did not. He allowed 3 tonight. The 4th goal was an empty net goal. So a new streak, 17 in a row at home for Shesterkin, where he's allowed 3 goals or less. Didn't matter. And contrary to what they keep trying to tell us on TV, I guess the Hurricanes can win on the road. Nobody wants to admit that the whole road record garbage is really born out of the one playoff year in 22. They were 0 for 6 in 22. So, yeah, 0 for 6. But last year, they won, was it 3 games? They won 2 games. They went 2-1 on Long Island. They went 1-1 in New Jersey. They did go 0-2 in Florida. So what is that? 3-4. I think you take 3-4 on the road in every playoff season, right? And then this year, the numbers are skewed because of the 0 for 2 in New York. So they got to stop. They got to stop the BS. Hurricanes can't win on the road. They can't win on the road. They won on the road tonight. Their game travels. As Ray Ferraro said, it's baffling to him because Carolina plays the same game, home or away. The game travels. All right. We have spent a lot of time just kind of letting it all wash over us. And I will take one more lovely sip. I talked about Jordan Staal and how he embodies everything that the Hurricanes are about, everything his head coach is about. I'll be quick here because I can say the same exact thing about Jordan Martinook. The same exact thing. When we talk about Carolina Hurricanes culture, and I know you've heard me say this before, that's Jordan Martinook. It's why one of the things, I've had conversations with people about this, I cannot close my eyes and see Jordan Martinook wearing another uniform. I can't. And I'm sure if you asked him, I don't think he can either, even though he played for another team before coming here. He's everything the Hurricanes are about. It's consistency, it's hard work, it's effort, it's not giving up, it's doing whatever it takes. Martinook was dynamite again tonight. The goal that made it 3-1, and how much of the breather that gives you. The freedom to know that there's just a little bit of a cushion, which probably made that penalty kill just a little bit easier. But to speak about the goal, and it was Martinook's second in the playoffs. I said it was his first, I believe, during the aftermath. But the whole play is made by Jack Drury, who I think he's had goals before. He's had points. He had a point in this game, obviously, tonight. I think he had two. I think he had 2 assists. But I will go out and say that this is probably the biggest impact Jack Drury has ever had on a hockey game. Because it was, again, getting back to the comment about winning moments. He won moments. A couple of blocked shots on one of the Rangers' power plays. He struggled to get off the ice. But then he came back. Obviously, was just, bruised, not broken. He came back later in the period and had at least 2, maybe 3 pretty good scoring opportunities. And to me, Drury was making himself absolutely noticeable for the night. And then we get to, this is already after Kuznetsov, 3 minutes after the Staal goal makes it 2-1. And we'll talk about that. I'm kind of, all over the place tonight. But the Drury forecheck causes the turnover for Jacob Trouba, and the hustle of Martin Necas, who made a good defensive play in his own end to help get the puck out. Necas is on the forecheck, and he gets to the spot, gets the puck, turns, puts it out in front where Drury and Martinook are. Martinook gets the puck, might have hit Drury's stick too, and then he just beats Shesterkin just inside the left post. And it's 3-1. And I think if you watch the game on TV, Ferraro is like, what has happened? The Rangers went from killing the penalty to start the third period to being in complete control to losing the game in 6 minutes. That's how long it took. Staal at 3:33. 3 minutes later, basically, Kuznetsov with the rebound of the Brady Skjei shot. Again, what are we talking about? Go back to game 4. The Teravainen, two shots from sharp angles, both. One from the right side to create created a rebound. The D'Angelo keep back to Teravainen on the left side. Same shot, right? Then the rebound comes out. Nason is streaking through just off the bench. Goal, right? Shots from angles can create rebounds, can create scoring opportunities, and that's what happened, and Kuznetsov is there. And then, again, about another 3 minutes or so later is the Martinook goal. 3 goals, like 6 minutes, and all of a sudden, wait a second, how did this happen? The Rangers had control of the game entering the third. They had the best goalie on earth, it seems, right? And then Staal, Kuznetsov, Martinook, boom. I think everybody was shook. Rangers fans starting to leave like 5 minutes left in the game. But I thought Drury played a great hockey game. So, salute to Jack Drury. Refreshing. All right, next. Frederik Andersen. Solid. Didn't have to be great tonight, but solid. The goal, I mean, it's not a bad goal. Okay, for people who had already made up their mind that any goal that went in was going to be Freddie Andersen's fault. Not a bad goal. However, let's think about what happened. It's a 2-on-1. Brady Skjei was playing for the pass, so Andersen's got Jacob Trouba all alone. So pass isn't going to happen. So I think because of that, you would have liked Andersen to play it a little bit more aggressively. I mean, he was out in front of his crease, so it wasn't like he was deep. But Andersen just almost seemed like he wasn't sure if the pass was going across or not. And the pass didn't go across. But it was a good shot that Trouba took, and beat him past the blocker. Not a bad goal, but probably one that you'd like to see him play a little bit differently. Maybe come out a little bit more. Maybe continue. Maybe make yourself a little bit bigger. But again, good shot. He was inside the faceoff circle. So again, not a bad goal, but one you would have liked to have seen him maybe play a little bit differently. I think that's fair criticism without saying he's trash. Freddie was good enough tonight. All right. Was he spectacular? No. Did he have to be? No. But he made some good saves early. I thought his best period was the first period. Then, third period, Carolina locked it down. Mentioned this before. Carolina has allowed basically nothing. They allowed nothing in the last two periods. Penalty kill, again, back to what we're used to seeing. And how about this? All during the year, the Hurricanes were, and actually struggled a little bit in third periods, in the third period. However, in the playoffs, while they are 3 goals for, 10 against in the second period, the Hurricanes are now 18 goals for and 5 against in the third. 18 goals for and 5 against in the third. Absolutely amazing. So, anyway, it's been absolutely tremendous to see the Hurricanes stay with it. And today was about staying with it. Because you go to the locker room after the second period and you're discouraged, even though you're starting the period on the power play. Power play wasn't great again tonight. I actually thought the beginning of the first power play showed promise, and then this is what happens, man. It's like it's a comedy of errors how things have to snowball. So Aho is taking a shot. It's blocked. He gets twisted around. He goes down. He's trying desperately to keep the puck in the offensive zone. He can't. Trouba goes the other way. Only Brady Skjei is back. Carolina's got too many players pushed forward. And there you go. And it's a shorthanded goal. And now you're thinking, man, we did it again. We sucked the life out of our own team with a shorthanded goal. Exactly what happened in game 3, where the Hurricanes were playing very well. And then the Kreider power play, shorthanded goal completely flipped the game. We talked about it. I thought the Rangers controlled the game until the Svechnikov empty net goal, not empty net, extra attacker goal, got Carolina overtime. They lost in overtime. But anyway, the shorthanded goals, man, they have a way of absolutely flipping everything. But again, the Hurricanes have been great in third periods. Just want to make sure that we go through all of these things I wanted to go through. You know who was second on Carolina in ice time among defensemen tonight? Jalen Chatfield was second among defensemen on ice time. A little bit more than Dmitry Orlov, who played another good game, Brent Burns led Carolina in time on ice among defenders. Real quick about Brent Burns. He's taken a lot of arrows from Twitter jockeys during the playoffs. And I'm here to tell you that the Twitter jockeys haven't necessarily been wrong. He has not been great in the postseason. We remember, talk about the shorthanded goals. We remember the Kreider shorthanded goal, where Burns should not have been beaten up the ice to that point. But tonight, in a 1-0 game, early in the third period, right after the power play had expired, Brent Burns made the best defensive play he's made in the playoffs, where Willie Cooley, who's a good skater, is coming down the left side, and Burns took a little bit of a better angle, gave himself a little bit of a margin, and beat Cooley to the spot, knocked the puck off his stick, it went behind the net, and Burns sent it up the other way. I don't think it automatically led to the Staal goal. I want to get into the Staal goal in a second here. But it erased the scoring chance. I'm pretty sure that was at 1-0. If it wasn't at 1-0, it was right away after 1-1. So I want to give Burns the credit for that defensive play because it was absolutely amazing. Cooley is a good, young, big, fast player. On the Staal goal that tied the game, full marks to Dmitry Orlov. The patience. He has the puck outside the blue line. Carolina is getting their top line off. Full line change. Off goes Svechnikov. Off goes Aho. Off goes Guentzel. On the ice comes Staal. And as soon as Staal hit the ice, Orlov laced a pass across from the right side above the left face-off circle. Staal had a head of steam. He goes right around Brendan Schneider. And then I love Keandre Miller as a defender, but boy, his feet were stuck in cement. He's got to get there. He didn't. Staal was able to make a move around Shesterkin and boom, 1-1. And I thought at that point, the Hurricanes were on top of the game. I thought the momentum got them on top of the game. So, a lot of good things happened tonight. Obviously, good things don't happen. Good things always happen when you win 4-1. And now just a couple of things as we get ready for game number 6. They haven't accomplished anything yet other than give us 2 great nights and hope for 2 off days before Thursday night. There is no better place that I have been in the NHL than PNC Arena. No better place. It is a unique being in and of itself. I expect the weather to be great. I expect the culture to be on full display, the tailgating, the enthusiasm, and I cannot wait to get there Thursday night. This team, the weird thing about this team, I don't know that they have ever this year played for an extended stretch the way they are designed to play. And I think you could point to the playoffs as kind of proof of that. But there is muscle memory that they can summon. And there have been pockets in this series where they have summoned it and flexed. And today, in the third period, that's what happened. But through all of it, their defense has been outstanding. Their defense was great in this game. I'll be surprised if Rod doesn't believe that this was the best game that they've played. Although it still might have been game 2. But because they really didn't allow much of anything. Also, get used to it, people. I will be stunned if Freddie Andersen doesn't play on Thursday night. Stunned. But like I said before, doesn't matter who plays. Doesn't matter the goaltender. Only matters the guys in front. And shouts to Staal and Martinook and Drury and Necas and Kuznetsov to the support scorers for letting Aho and Guentzel and Svechnikov take the night off. By the way, their line was good. Their line was good. It just didn't score. They didn't have great chances either. None of them. Guentzel had one. Guentzel did have a breakaway. But maybe they're just saving it for the home team, the home arena on Thursday. And we'll see everybody there at PNC Arena. But we got a game 6, people. And I cannot wait to be there. And I hope that you'll be along on the Canes Corner podcast live on YouTube. We're brought to you by the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. If it is for the exterior of your home, you can find it at the Aluminum Company of North Carolina on Hamlin Road in Durham. No place like it. Sammy Hanna and his crew do a great job. All you got to do is, I guess there's a phone number there, but aluminumcompany.com. They're amazing people. Caniacs, you're amazing people. And we'll see everybody Thursday night. Canes and Rangers, game 6. Who's got the pressure? Yeah, that's right. The pressure has shifted. It has shifted. The Rangers are kind of a little worried. They're kind of looking and going, wait a second, we won the first 3 games, but we could have easily lost 1 or 2 of them. Just make them play it out. Make them play 1 more point. Make them play 1 more hole. All right, everybody. Like, subscribe, rate, review. Canes Corner podcast right here on YouTube. We do it live after every game. You could also get it wherever you get your podcast. Thank you so much for spending some time with us wherever you are, whatever continent or hemisphere you are in. And we will see everybody after the game on Thursday night. Canes, Rangers, Game 6, PNC Arena. Until then, we'll see everybody next time.